Ever wonder why some people are able to connect with other individuals even if they don't know each other while you are probably struggling? And the first step on handling people isn't what you say, but it's what you don't say. And it starts with this, right? Don't complain, don't criticize, and don't condemn. It's as simple as that. You have to remember that most people that criticize, the reason they do that is because something they don't like. And no one really responds great when they're feeling attacked. And some of the negatives, right? Defensiveness, right? They put up their guard. It ruins relationships and it just kills influence. If you want to gain influence, then that's the thing that you want to avoid. Look, it's scary. I know. But this isn't going away if you keep doing the same thing over and over. If anything, it's going to get worse. And let's use an example, right? A boss trying to criticize their employees. This is very common, happens way more frequently than we know. I'm pretty sure you have experienced that pretty well also. But the way the boss should be criticizing people isn't the right way, right? You want to give them a good feedback and maybe take them to the right steps that is needed for them to accomplish the task correctly. When this is all over, just imagine how good it's going to feel when people are not yelling at you. You're going to be able to change behaviors and be a way bigger impact on your teams, right? If you really want to go into the science, when people are feeling criticized, they going back to the defensiveness, they put up the guard, right? So instead of changing their behavior, if anything, they start to hate you, right? The last thing they're gonna do is even listen to you. So most of the time, it's gonna make it worse. The pros of criticizing, right? It identifies problems, right? It could push boundaries, right? It makes you get stronger, right? It really makes you really work hard and become better. And then probably encourage improvement. And let's look on the other side. Creates defensiveness, creates resistance. It focuses on problems and not the actual solution. It will probably damage your relationships. It will create no motivation, hurts morale, and it creates a negative mindset. And if this sounds similar, right? This is most of the content. It is from Dale Carnegie's book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And a great quote from the book that I really like is, any fool can criticize, condemn, and complain. And most fools do. But it takes character, self-control to be understanding and forgiving. Just avoid doing other things that people will do. So if you want to replace criticism, these are the 3 ways you can provide a better solution. 1, create empathy, ask questions, and reinforce positive behavior. Empathy is understanding someone's point of view, right? What is the reason why they're acting that way, right? Asking questions, right? The main reason is because you want to clarify, right? Instead of saying, oh, that's a dumb reason why you did that certain task, or it's a dumb way to do this, ask them, like, what is the reason behind that motive? Reinforce positive behavior. If you see someone doing a good job, hey, good job, keep doing the work. Obviously, this applies to more of a, let's say, a manager to an employee, but in reality, it kind of applies to multiple different kind of relationships. If your brother is doing something nice for you, like, hey, look, I appreciate it. It just takes 2 seconds to just give that positive behavior, and you'll get that stronger relationship, right? So when we break the whole process into 3 different phrases, it's pretty straightforward. The first step we're going to do, be quiet and listen. We have a tendency to be talking and talking and talking and not listening to the other person. Second, let them talk, right? Don't cut them off. Even if you know what they're going to say, even if you're well aware of that topic or have a lot of knowledge in that certain specific, whatever conversation you're having, just let them talk. And 3, don't just say, I understand, because it's going to become very repetitive, right? Instead, you could probably use it like a summary. So it seems that you are very passionate about the game of football. Instead of just saying, I understand, well, that's cool, it gets you some movement, but it doesn't really get the conversation moving. The last thing you want is to be that person who people don't like to talk to, because you are just saying, I understand, okay, you're not moving the conversation. So you can simply just listen, let them talk, and then you can just summarize. As simple as that. Like, and the best part is, if you continue on this path on improving your communication, look, you're going to get self-improvement. You're going to gain the confidence that you're looking for. Professional success, right? You're going to get better promotions. And finally, you're going to gain leadership, right? A great leader is able to communicate and make the right decisions. So if you start as soon as possible, you're going to improve the conversation that matter the most to you. And the takeaway, if you had to summarize everything into just 2 sentences, is this: criticism proves to be ineffective as it places individuals in a defensive position, compelling them to defend their actions. This approach undermines their pride, diminishes their self-esteem, and fosters feelings of resentment. And ask yourself this question: if you can go back into a conversation that you could have fixed, which one would it be? And when you get this right, you won't just solve the initial problem that you wanted to fix, but you're going to unveil more power than you can ever imagine. And look, I used to make this mistake all the time. I used to criticize all my team members, thinking that I was the best, and most of the time I will remove that task from them and I will do it myself, but that does not create any improvement. And if you guys want to learn more, if you guys want to really master the art of communication and influence and be able to network with really high influential people, we have created a school community, the art of networking and leadership. And right now is completely free. It's only at limited spots before we completely lock it and start charging a monthly fee. So we want your feedback on what we can improve, on what we could add, and honestly, be part of the community. Because the best part is being surrounded by people who are in the same path as you.